Welcome back to you for another most special and yummy update. This is the Bitcoin chart. It is a daily super trend. We have pretty much avoided confirming red, but it's a daily one. So these things can flip around out here. We're seeing a bit of a pump resurgence. The S&P 500 goes back above 6,000 unit price, which is really, really good, right, for the rest of us. We are still playing for cryptocurrency industry to hit 10 trillion market cap for everything. And until that point, we just have to pretty much pray and hope that we're climbing that wall of worry. It really does feel like we're climbing that wall of worry, right? It's like the Matrix fans, they're throwing so many things at us now. Donald Trump, Epstein files, what's going on? Elon Musk. At least we're all moving forward, right? The good thing is, friends, I reported to you in Juicy News, X, so we have to start saying X now. X, Twitter X, they're now starting also to get involved with stablecoins alongside Apple, Crapple, Airbnb, Dr. Google, McDougal. So we're really starting to see the world. They really want to put stablecoins on because they're seeing how much billions of dollars Tether is making. All they're doing is they collect your stablecoins, they go buy treasuries, and they collect the yield for themselves. So that's why everyone's like, whoa, we can do that. That's like the best risk-free stuff. Yeah, it literally is risk-free for them, right? That's why we've probably got some interesting times ahead when it comes to stablecoin super cycle. Now, I've got a picture here. Remember, friends, this is major loser Jerome Powell and Donald Trump. So when the US recession eventually happens, we know what's going to happen, right? The entire world is going to blame major loser Fed Powell for his very high interest rates. They've been way high for way too long. True inflation's at 1.8%, and the US kippy's like 2.5%, but the guy still got it restrictive at freaking like 4.5%. So it can only lead you to conclude there's only one reason why you will do that. And the reason is you want Trump to break the economy first. So you come in and then you look like the savior. Because obviously he hates Trump big time, right? But I think his legacy is going to be tarnished. Because he's not on Twitter, right? Trump's going to meme him. He's going to meme this into existence. Any crack that happens, we're all going to be blaming the Fed every time. So it's almost like we're going to try bully the whole Fed to print currency, KND units, which is, it's kind of like, it's sick and twisted when you think about it because when they do that, they benefit. Do you know what I mean? It's just who loses? The blue pill cucks. Everybody in the normie finance system. They're just little rats spinning on the wheel. These people that don't want to know the truth. And that's okay, man. You have a cozy life, but that's what happened, dude. You're literally your sheep at the slaughterhouse. You're getting butchered. Major loser Jerome Powell will be seen as someone who was too politically biased and happy to see a recession happen due to the president he doesn't like. So remember, his whole ploy was to have a good reputation, but this thing is like completely doing the opposite now. And how do we know this? Well, the business cycle still hasn't kicked up. Everything else in the economy, IPOs, pump fund, JPEG trash, Circle, AI, everything's moving except the business cycle. Literally, everything has moved up except that. It can there's only one variable left. Like, how much longer is it going to be, right? It's you know what variable it is. You're looking at it right now. It's definitely the rates, but there's a problem, right? The cost of housing is high. So the whole reason they put these rates high was to try and reset the houses. The thing what happens though with houses, right? It's very interesting how this plays out. So the population naturally in a lot of first world countries, as their government debases their currency, they store wealth in their home. Because it's like, it makes sense. It's like it's the one thing, like they renovated or that they like to store value in their home. So it basically tracks that money debasement stuff over time, which makes it hard. How are they going to reset? So pretty much, if they really want to reset houses, we need a full-on recession. But then everyone's lost their job. Okay, now you've reset houses. Okay, good job. Now you've got to reset the whole freaking economy. You got to print money again. So that's why everything comes back to the global M2 liquidity. Everything is just up only to the right? But there will be a time where these things get ahead of themselves and some misallocation of capital happens. We'll see. Hopefully we get some traditional markers like an AI bubble. Maybe Paris Hilton releases her own AI. You know what I mean? Something goes wild up there. Exotic top signals. Maybe a crypto IPO bubble. Like as we've seen, friends, Justin reported earlier today. So Gemini, they filed for a stock market IPO. And remember, they are Gemini, their crypto exchange. And remember, I was talking about this crypto IPO bubble. I've got more videos here coming for you. So you got, meme coin super cycle. You got the stablecoin super cycle. You got the crypto IPO bubble. You also have the Bitcoin treasury bubble. All of these things, they're all the narratives, right? So we've got memes, stablecoins. Hopefully, Pulse Chain and PDI participate on that. We've got memes as well. The Bitcoin treasury bubble, no one can really do that, right? That's more for the legal stuff. It's same as the crypto IPO bubble. But this pretty much seems to be the theme that's engulfing the whole cycle so far. Now, friends, a short while ago, just yesterday, I reported on this strange occurrence. We've solved the mystery. So this advisor of World Liberty Finance. So this is really weird. World Liberty Finance, obviously it's all Trump family, yeah? So World Liberty Finance is the DeFi on Ethereum. The advisor deposits $1 million onto Hyperliquid and then puts on a short. He puts on a short position on Trump token, right? So here is it. He put on a short position on Trump token with 10x leverage. His liquidation price, $12.49. So I even wrote, what the truck? What the hell? Now we found the culprit. What ended up happening? Look, breaking news. World Liberty Finance sent a cease and desist to the Trump meme coin team. So there you go. So they sent a cease and desist. This guy received it. He's like, oh crap, it's going to come out in the news tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll put on a short. Now, just to show you, man, markets, they're a funny little thing. They are very hard to predict. Because what ends up happening is, so he puts on this short, and then, as you get to see here, there's a big spike that happens. You see this? There's enormous. This spike goes up 10% and actually reverts the whole move. So what ends up happening is one of Trump's sons, I forgot which one. Here we go. So Eric Trump. Eric says, I'm proud to announce that the Trump meme coin has aligned with World Liberty Finance. Although their meme wallet isn't moving forward, they remain focused on the most exciting meme on earth, Trump. So they got into a tiff because they released the wallet, and then World Liberty Finance said, no, that was our idea. We said we're going to do it. So they sent a cease and desist. Obviously, they're trying to, have a bit of a tiff there. And so the market, that's why, man, this erratic news of this stuff out here, down and up and down, up, down 10%. It's pretty much, it's not really what you think, right? Like you'd think the move was already priced in, right? But it already went down. It didn't even have this giant. This guy put on this short. If you look at the price chart, which I'll show you now, I don't know if he even got out, right? So it's just wild, friends, how markets move, man. Because you've had such an enormous aggressive drop down already in such a short amount of time, you've run out of sellers pretty much. On the topic of that Trump meme coin, it's still huge, man. Like what is it? 2 billion market cap. Everyone still sees it pretty much as a grift. Also, shout out to my friend, Mr. PDI Evolved. This image is from 23rd of May. Your friend saw me, it's destiny. And then Bitmonk. This is such a dumb thing to be a million. But when? Because I think your goal here is to be a millionaire or something, whatever it was. And he says, what's a dumb thing? I go, when? And I said, December 2025. Funny. Mr. Soren K. Have I not taught you about the importance of giving timelines? We've talked about this already, big boss. The people need a timeline, boss. It gives hope. You want to attract more eyeballs and become a juggernaut? Give timelines. So he said this to me in 2023. So you be the white tape. Wait, any day now. Yep, that's all I say for any day now, but I don't know. Yeah, that's why. You don't know, man, Marcus. You just don't know, friends. I've seen... Look, man, I spreaded bonds, okay? I saw some black swan shit. Yeah, it's literally, I'm scarred for life, dude. I'm just scarred for life, okay? Things that you think are safe, I've seen them go from safe to slightly less safe. Now they're bubbling. Now you've got, the ambulance charging in. Okay, I've literally seen that enough times where I'm like just completely, totally humbled, man. Just markets are thin as hell. They could do whatever the hell it wants. Things can blow out. People get carried out all the time. The leverage and everything out here. You just don't know the timelines. That's why in long-term investing, why you have a high percentage win rate if you do long-term investing is you remove the time dimension. Because if you're doing short-term trading, right, there's a limited number of money. So you're trying to make as much money in a little amount of time. So you're dealing with price guessing and time guessing, right? With long-term holding, you're removing the time part. You're not guessing the time. You're just saying, whenever, okay? So now you've cut half the battle. Now on the issue of price, the longer you hold, they're debasing and they're printing money in the background for you. So that's helping your price case as well. You see, so when you have long term, you just have, like, it's literally green pastures. It's like a nice, beautiful green field, right? There's flowers and there's rainbows and there's waterfalls and, you know, there's just jelly beans falling from the sky. That's what long-term stuff is. That's what you'll have your edge there. When you do short-term stuff, as you go shorter and shorter, it becomes dark, misty, hazy. There's a dark forest. There's trolls, big red eyes looking at you. That's what it's like, friends, because there's a limited number of money. So that's pretty much how you got to think about it over time. But not everybody's going to learn this, right? Because it's, you know, you have to see people winning and doing it before you believe in it. Do you remember this though? Soy.
Like this desert rain frog.
Cucked.
Squeaking viral sensation.
Step away from the sell button now. Oh man, it's been every year. Selling may go away, and we're like, nah, this is the time. No, maybe next year's gonna be the actual one. Okay, but there's still hope, friends, that we go up. I want to show you something as well. I'll give you this Uncle Bobby update. Uncle Bobby has done a cycle update talk here. So Uncle Bobby, lots of questions about the cycle. So he's showing you this 60-day cycle. So in a nutshell, what he basically thinks is that we are around the second green arrow now. Okay. And he says, we're going to move based off cycles and paths. We're going to move into up here. Now, what's this price? He says it is 125K. All right. That's what Uncle Bobby says. I think he has it somewhere here. He says it's about 125K. And he also says about 45 days from now until the next top. So, yeah, man, that's crazy. Uncle Bobby has spoken. 125K. Just scrolling out through here. Yeah, somewhere buried in the comments. So, then what does that mean, right? Comes back down 100, up back here 120, and then it's all over, right? I don't know. I don't know if that means it's all. It could be one more leg up. That's why I really think this. If this happens, friends, maybe it's old season wave 1, and we all come down, and then from here, maybe if this is 120, maybe this does do a believer cycle and we run into December, and this becomes 250, right? Maybe that happens. But if it doesn't happen, man, we got a long way down, and we got another 4 years of waiting. But I'm not giving up, man. It's been too long. But there's too many believers and strong hands here. Like, what are we gonna give up on? Like, there's only strong hands. Like, are there like excessive leverage? No. But do you see excessive leverage? Like, James win. You saw James win. We're like watching him. Like, we're watching him. But this is the funny part. Okay, this is how you know we're safe in altcoins. Okay. James Wynn was doing leverage. Nobody was cheering him on because no one's in leverage with him, because everybody's in spot on average. Do you get it? If James Wynn was in his leverage longs and everybody else was cheering him up and putting him up on the pedestal, we're in big trouble, because now you know the weakest of the weak hand non-believers are in. Do you see the difference? We don't have that. We have despondent apathy people. Yeah, we don't have anything like that, right? James Wynn as well. Looking at him, friends, he's not revered as some sort of he's not revered as some sort of amazing thing. By the way, look, he's like posting news stuff now, talking about his meme coin Moonpig just went down, just like everything else. He's doing polls. Will BTC ever go below 100K again? Absolutely, right? Look at this. 73% of people saying absolutely. You know, so this is not. I feel safe. That's it. I feel safe. Yeah, because we're all climbing the wall of worry. Bitcoin went to zero. Did you know that? On MEXC. Remember MEXC exchange? There's a controversy with the Pulse chain community because there's like 150,000 or whatever the number was taken, and there's some agreement. I don't know what ended up happening on that update out here. But yeah, it traded. I think it might have been a glitch. Just a friendly reminder though. Just boop. Okay, to get wipe all this. This stuff will happen later on in the bull, and precisely when nobody wants it to happen. Now, I've got more cracker stuff coming out later on, but I want to ask you a question. This uncle slaps your girlfriend's ass at the family barbecue. What do you do? How does this happen, man? It's just, oh man, it's just, what a story. We got a lot of story. This is not Euphoria though. This is climbing wall of worry, people skits stuff out here. So hopefully crypto bubble and stuff continues and it coincides with the AI bubble to make this some sort of like mania. Because right now, I know we're all still hurting. Like it's just, come on bro, 6 or 7 red monthly candles in a row for others BTC. What's it going to take? Maybe some interest rate cuts. I don't know. Okay, but time keeps ticking. If you're curious as well, friends, the longest terrible business cycle was 42 months. Yeah, it was 42 months. So we're on month 31. Yeah, no, we're in month 32 now. So if you want to know, like, how long could this possibly go? I guess another 10 months, which would be next year, moving up next year, March, which would be wild because that would be my dark prophecy. I hope it doesn't happen. Let's not manifest it, you know. We're sick and tired of this stuff. But to be honest, we got to be honest. It has been dark prophecy. It has been. Like it's June 2025. We're like more than 12 months after the Bitcoin halvening. Bitcoin is within the 80 to 100K region I was talking about years ago. Remember, friends, dark prophecy? So I had all these videos out here. Dark prophecy, dark prophecy. Oh, man. Dark prophecy. There you go. 80 to 100K. It's still here, man. We're still here. So good thing is that I do remember Crypto Kobe. Remember, friends, Crypto Kobe, he's got some nice truths. He said, look, the path between 80 to 100K is very hard. Pretty much here, right? The path between around 80 to 100, very, very, very hard, as we've known. Like, this has taken a freaking long time, okay? This is a long time. And then he said the path from 100 to 250 is faster and nicer. So we might see wave 1, wave 2. Maybe. Like, subscribe, baby, but and all. Catch you soon.